going on, Jerome's? So your Minnesota Vikings definitely could use some help on defense as Brian Flores is molding this thing into a thing of beauty. And cornerback is definitely a position of potential need. And yes, recent first-round draft history of the Vikings and cornerbacks, Xavier Rhodes was awesome until he wasn't. Trey Waynes was okay for a stretch, but didn't sign a second contract with the Vikes. So he's retired and he's into hunting. He's fantastic. As well as Mike Hughes, Jeff Gladney, rest in power. But the Vikings, if they do indeed stick and pick at 11-23, a true talisman on the outside could be in the cards. And Quinyon Mitchell has been making draft experts say holy Toledo all offseason. I hate myself for that one. Also, we don't have any Toledo gear, so we can suit up. But Dan Brugler, the Athletic, Toledo cornerback Quinyon Mitchell has aced the last 8 months. All-American season, dominant Senior Bowl, outstanding combine. Mitchell is in Minnesota today, visiting the Vikings, number 11 overall. Let's talk about Quinyon Mitchell today. Background: 22 years young. 6 foot, $195, former 3-star recruit from Williston, Florida, from the northwestern part of the Sunshine State. Decided to take his talents to Toledo. Go Rockets. Now, I get the Toledo Rockets and the Akron Zips mixed up sometimes, but Akron, Zips, Chester Taylor. Let's go. But 6 career interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 45 passes broken up, 91.6 PFF coverage grade in 2023, 51.1 quarterback rating when thrown at. Also, he forced the most incompletions of any FBS corner over the last 2 years. It's not too bad. All-American in 2023. Combine-wise, did himself some favors. So 9.75 RAS, 4.33 40, as well as a 38-inch vert, which is good. Pretty damn good. Getting into his scouting profile from LanceEarline.NFL.com, Mitchell possesses a gumbo of traits. Oh, comp Steven Nelson. I'll take that. Combo of traits with size, strength, and speed filling up the pot. He's built like a running back, tackles like a safety, and has the ball skills of a cornerback. Mitchell can play in a variety of coverages and was a clear-cut top cornerback at the Senior Bowl when working against top receivers in practice, which is important for him coming from the MAC. While he needs to trace a more efficient path when hounding the route, his burst to close and physicality at the catch point could create tougher throwing windows for quarterbacks. Mitchell's traits, play demeanor, and special teams potential should make him attractive to teams in the market for cornerback help. And, I mean, Mitchell is physically gifted, tested extremely well. Did primarily play off-man, cover 3 in college at Toledo, but he does have the tools to be more of a press man cornerback. Also, what's important is that he does switch sides. He did travel with wide receiver ones, which is going to be important to finding where he fits in initially with the Flores defense. Smooth hips, great change of direction as well. And that's the thing too, where a lot of corners can run a 4.33 40, sure, but your true speed is how fast you are when you have to change direction. And that's what matters, because, I mean, some guys can run really fast in a straight line, looking at Trey Waynes. But if you ask them to turn a corner, all of a sudden that 4.33 is actually like a 4.8, versus some players run a 4.5 40 but are great changing direction, so it's actually like a 4.6, somewhere in there. Also, fighter with the ball in the air. He absolutely gets after in contested catch spots. Elite anticipation, closing speed, and instincts are on point. And also, so he was thrown at a lot. In terms of being elite corner. So he wasn't like Sauce Gardner his last year at Cincinnati, where quarterbacks just didn't throw at him. Where Mitchell has such, well, first off, so Mitchell generally played a lot of off-man in coverage, so he wasn't belt buckle to belt buckle, just Velcro on wide receiver ones, which he can do, which he will be able to do at the next level. But what he did a lot is that he believed so much in his closing speed and skills that he would bait quarterbacks thinking, okay, Quinyon's off. He's open. Okay, not so much. Also, he is a dog and willing run defender, just really gets after things. And the Vikings, so the cornerback rankings right now. So Mitchell, I feel like in some years, like Mitchell could be a top 10 pick, but the fact that it's so quarterback, tackle, and wide receiver heavy, really pushing guys down. Plus, I mean, if Mitchell was in a different college scheme, or he was that belt buckle wide cornerback one against wide receiver ones, like maybe he would be going higher. But for me, he is still a cornerback one in this class. I'll put Terrion Arnold and Kool-Aid and Wiggins and DeJean up there as well. Probably all 5 of them go in the first round at some point. And for the Vikings, like they could use some help on the outside. They did bring in Shaq Griffin, the veteran. Hopefully he can reclaim some of that Pro Bowl level play that he had with the Seahawks. Murph going to do great things in the slot. Mekhi Blackman, I have a lot of hope for. And Evans and Booth, I mean, they were drafted before Flores was here and didn't really get the time of day from Flo last season. So I think that it could be a clear sign that maybe they're not going to be long for this team. So a talent supplementation would be solid in this spot. But Mitchell, I really love Quinyon Mitchell. Like, put on some Mitchell tape or go find some highlights of him on YouTube, and he is just a tough-ass player, and I think that everything that he does is going to scale up to the National Football League level, and I would be excited. I'd be really damn pumped if the Vikings go a different direction at quarterback, getting a tier 1 cornerback in Quinyon Mitchell as the CB1 in this class. Go ahead. Go get yours, man. And then hopefully Murphy II somehow makes it to 23. Because that'd be a damn good first round, man. Who they're also meeting with Murphy the second right now. So Quinyon and Murph, let's go, baby. But that's it. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts of Vikings meeting with Toledo cornerback 1 Quinyon Mitchell today as a top 30 visit. Let us know in the comment section below. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.